Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 23rd. You have this night sky card. It says hope and guidance. You have the century plant. It says look upwards. Like, are you kidding me? The card says look upwards, and you have the night sky card. It's like literally saying look up to look up to the night sky here, Capricorn. There might be something more kind of like coming in for you is what I feel here. Like there might be more. It's like you're trying to create more in your life, or you're trying to get more out of life or something is what's popping into my head with those two cards. And I feel like you need to do whatever you can to make that happen. You have this have faith in your dreams card here as well, which all three earth signs have had something in their reading this week that basically says you need to have faith in your dreams, or you need to believe in yourself more, or you need to believe in what you can accomplish more. And I think doing that would be a good idea. You have the Tower, the Hangman, and the King of Swords in your first row. I wouldn't worry too much about the Tower. The Tower can just represent, entering into a new reality, or experiencing a new reality. There's a lot of Tower energy going on right now, just in the astrology in general. And so it doesn't really surprise me. The Tower is about accepting reality, like I said. So that is popping into my head for you, Capricorn. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think that there are some realities that you need to accept in life. Some things that are true. You probably know what these things are, but I would just, accept the truth of the matter in whatever it is that you're dealing with. And I feel like if you do that, you will be fine. The other thing I'm getting here is, again, I read intuitively, and I feel like there's some sort of opportunity. I know that's not what the Tower represents, but I feel like there could be some sort of opportunity coming in for you this week, and specifically this week, the 23rd. Today is June 17th. So this video will be published on the 18th, but what I would say is specifically the week of the 23rd, there might be an opportunity where, something is collapsing, around you, but there might be an opportunity in that for you. There's a million things popping into my head, Capricorn. Like, your boss could be getting fired, and, maybe that opens up an opportunity for you to be the boss. Maybe you see one of your competitors failing, and maybe that leaves the opportunity open for you to step up and kind of take that person's place. So, again, I would be looking for opportunity here, or I would be paying attention to those types of opportunities. You have the Hangman. Everybody has had the Hangman this week, and also in the readings I did for the next 6 months, everybody had the Hangman. I just think we're in a time of new perspectives. Like, people who stay flexible, who see all the ways there are to accomplish things, are going to be very successful. People who are too fixed, who can't see other ways of doing things, are going to be stuck. And you have the Seven of Swords right next to it. So the Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, and we'll talk about that in a second. But what I would say is that the Seven of Swords, he is stealing the swords from an army in the background. He's going to war, but in a different way. So the Seven of Swords is really about doing things in a different way. And I would stay open to other ways of doing things in life. You have the King of Swords. It's like, I don't know, I feel like saying you're right, Capricorn. Sometimes I feel like the King of Swords just says, you knew all along. You knew the answer to something all along, or you knew what was happening all along. What the hell am I talking about? Well, what I am talking about is this right here. The Tower and the Seven of Swords. But you also have the Five of Pentacles as well. I would be careful of a past person here, Capricorn. What's popping into my head is that there could be a person who's coming back from your past, and this person, on one hand, intuitively, I do feel like this person is telling the truth. But on the other hand, I feel like they were lying. I feel like you already know this, if this part of the story is for you. So, again, I feel like saying you were right. Do you really need to hear that you were right from this person? I don't know. It's like, if you don't want your feelings hurt, then I would say no. If you do want your feelings hurt, then sure, by all means, communicate with a past person that you know is a frickin' liar, right? But if you don't, then I would be very careful. I feel like that King of Swords is saying you're right, Capricorn. I feel like that King of Swords is saying, you knew all along. Now, I do also feel kind of positive about the King of Swords as well, because, we have these great money cards here. And so I feel for some of you, and I've been saying this to you for a couple weeks now, I think, that, some of you could finally be getting some answers on, work that you should be doing. And you could finally be understanding like what actions you need to take in work, or what actions you should be taking in business. And maybe you've been feeling lost for a little bit of a period of time, and so I kind of feel like you're like, I don't know that you're setting yourself free. I just think that you're taking the right actions. Here you go. With the Tower, you have the Nine of Cups. Like I said, the Tower does not have to be a bad thing. The Tower can be a good thing. The Tower can absolutely lead us to fulfillment. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. And like I was saying, I was kind of getting more of an opportunity with that Tower. The other thing is that you start with that night sky. It says hope and guidance, and you have that century plant that says look upwards. It's like literally saying look up to the sky. That's where the answers are, but maybe not. I kind of feel like this is more figurative, right? And I feel for a lot of you that the Tower can be a light bulb moment, but maybe you need to look at the challenges that you've experienced, or maybe you need to look at the things that haven't worked out for you, because in those moments sometimes there are little seeds of ideas that actually work. And I think maybe looking at things that have been a Tower moment for you in the past could be helpful. With the Hangman, you have the Wheel of Fortune. I kind of feel like some of you could be creating a very quick turnaround here as well. Like if things have not been working for you recently, the Wheel of Fortune with the Hangman, Tower, Nine of Cups, this could represent like a rapid turnaround or a rapid improvement coming in for you by discovering another way to do things. Again, the way that you are going to figure this out, Capricorn, is through looking at things from a different perspective with the Hangman. So, he's hanging upside down. He's looking at things from a new perspective. That's where the success will come from. With the King of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, like the Wounded Warrior, but it's also my card of experimentation. So number one, I would make sure that you are absolutely putting up boundaries against a past person. Number two, I think that you have been doing a lot of experimenting. I feel like you've been trying to get your life to work just in general. And now I feel like you finally are. Like, again, I feel like there's some sort of rapid turnaround or, rapid improvement coming in this week, which is good. And it could be, again, the Tower does not have to be bad. The Tower can be a light bulb moment. So I would pay attention. And if we get the Judgment card, by the way, that'll definitely make that true. You have this new moon in Virgo. It says a time to give rather than take. Sorry, this is coming up in the area of what's coming in for you. You have this waxing crescent moon. It says have faith in your dreams. Yes, all three earth signs had something about like really needing to believe in a dream. A dream can be anything. It can just be something you want to accomplish, something you want to experience. But I would really be nurturing your dreams and like really listening to your dreams and following through on your dreams with this energy. I think doing that would be very beneficial. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Justice card. The Five of Pentacles can represent feeling left out in the cold, but the Five of I feel like it's time to come into the house here, Capricorn, is really what I feel. In a lot of ways, I feel this is saying that Capricorn has been, alone for too long. Or, it's like, you've been allowing yourself to be alone for too long. I don't know if this is funny or not, but the funny thing to me is that some of you, your loneliness actually could be being triggered right now as well. Not in a bad way, but like in a way where the universe is saying, there's a lot of people in the world. And I'm not even talking about love here, by the way. I'm talking about everything. Like you can go socialize, you can make friends, you can meet new people. And I feel like the universe is like, are you just going to continue to be alone, or are you going to like go live your life? Are you going to go make something happen? And it's something that I would really think about right now. And, because again, Five of Pentacles, it can represent feeling left out in the cold, but really the solution is to call attention to your strengths and also to create more strength. And so that's what I would be working on with that card if I were you, Cap. You have the Seven of Swords. Yes, I mean, really, Seven of Swords is going to be your best friend. It's an amazing time for experimentation for you, Capricorn. And, especially with Pluto going into your second house, like literally innovation will make you more money. Innovation will increase your value in the world. Seven of Swords, he is innovating. He is stealing those swords from an army in the background. So instead of going to war, he's stealing those swords. The other thing is that he has these polka dots on his cloak, and the polka dots in the tarot can represent taking things too seriously. But on the Seven of Swords, it basically says you need to take a more playful, lighthearted approach to the things that you're doing. So if you're working on any projects, businesses, ideas, and if you're taking things too seriously, then you're probably going to be very slow. I think if you look at it more playful and just like, I'm going to see how this goes and enjoy my journey and all that other good stuff, then things will probably go well. And that's what I would focus on. You have the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect. Everybody's had the Justice card as well. I think we are kind of in a little bit of a time of justice for everyone. We have the North Node, in Pisces. And the North Node in Pisces is very karmic. I believe personally that it kind of can bring a lot of karma. But this could be positive karma. You could be getting paid back for, good things that you've done, or you could be getting rewards for things that you've done. I would also say that, we are in a time where the universe is really asking people to pay attention to the evidence. Like, basically, if you're working on something, a relationship, a business, an idea, your personal self, your body, whatever, we need to not just assume that something is working. We need to make sure that we know what is working. I had a very successful marketing company when I was younger. Literally all I did is I would go into businesses and I would look at what they were doing, and I would just look at what and be like, this is working right here because the numbers say so. And 9 times out of 10, the businesses I worked with were just doing what they thought worked. I am not a genius, and I figured this out, right? And I did extremely well because of it, right? So the thing is I think, that experience taught me that we do this in life. And I still do this. I'm far from freaking perfect, right? Far, far from it. And I can tell you all the time, I will do things that I think are working, but really they're not. And really, if I pay attention to what is working and double down on that, my life gets better. That's what we have to do with the Justice card. It's very simple. With the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. Yes, it's critically important that Capricorn does something fun right now. You will experience, physical symptoms if you do not stop working too hard. So don't burn yourself out is what I'm feeling on this card. I do feel pretty good about money. Sometimes I feel the 2 of Pentacles can represent a settlement. And this could include the universe settling up with you. So this could be the universe is bringing you, like I said, positive financial karma, which could be coming. Yes. With the 7 of Swords, you have the 10 of Pentacles. I'm telling you right now, Capricorn, there is a better way for you to make money, is literally what the whole entire reading is saying to me. And this actually doesn't even have to be money. This could just be saying there is a much better way to live your life. The 10 of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. It is the tree of life. It is true freedom. It's a card of building and leaving a legacy. It's a card of creating a beautiful life just in general. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but I think it'll be worth it. And again, you're going to have to experiment and try new things. But I really feel the Earth sign readings this week have been telling the Earth signs, especially you, to make your life easier. It's like saying there are probably easier ways to do everything that you're doing. You're going to have to explore. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to teach yourself things. But if you do it, it'll be worth it, and you will experience the 10 of Pentacles. With the Justice card, you have the 7 of Pentacles. Yes, 7 of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Literally the perfect card to get with the Justice card. It literally says, the things that you're putting your time, effort, energy, and attention into, is it working or not? He is analyzing the work that he has done. And he's saying, was it worth it for me to grow these 7 Pentacles, or is there something better I could be doing? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you. You have to look at everything you're doing, and you have to be like a little nerd about it. You have to be like a data nerd. You have to look at the numbers. Look at the results. Are you actually getting a result or not? And if the answer is yes, keep going. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Imagine card and this Round Around card. I feel like you need to, number one, imagine things as you want them to be so that you can attract it. The Round Around card can be good or bad in this deck. It can say that you need to kind of like end some sort of negative cycle. But it could also say that you're creating a positive cycle, which is definitely something I would do with these cards. I mean, you have several cards here that could represent creating a positive snowball, like the Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, Justice, 8 of Pentacles as well, and the 6 of Pentacles. All that. All those cards basically say if you just work on what works, you will create positive momentum. You have the Queen of Cups, the Death card, and the Page of Wands. The Queen of Cups, of course, is about following your heart. So I think that right now you have to listen to your heart because it is probably guiding you towards something bigger and better in your life. And that's what I would pay attention to with that card. You have the Death card. Yeah, I think things will basically never be the same again for you, Capricorn. Like, you are making some significant changes. Now, one thing I will say is that you have to make these changes. you have a choice. You can stay stuck in the old world or step into the new one. And I feel like the Death card is encouraging you, of course, to step into the new world. The thing is that we have this guy here, this Pope-looking guy, and he kind of represents the beliefs that we hold on to. And so there are probably some beliefs that you have to release. Now, this makes perfect sense because we've had Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is in Aries, but it will retrograde back into Pisces again. And the thing is that Neptune in Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional belief. There are things that we all believe to be true that maybe are, but maybe aren't true. And so we have to challenge our own beliefs, especially in the sense of like whatever is preventing you from growing or any obstacles you're experiencing. Those are the beliefs that you have to question with this energy. And if you do that, you will be successful. You have this Page of Wands. Page of Wands can represent going on adventure. So I think that it's an amazing time for Capricorn to like enjoy themselves more and, do more nice things for yourself. Really, that's like the best advice I have for Capricorn. I know it sounds simple, but, really the better you treat yourself right now, the better your life will be. And, again, you could say that's always true, but it's like extra true right now. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Magician. Yes, your heart is helping you manifest. I do think you are kind of manifesting things very, very quickly right now. So I would follow your heart. The Magician is pointing towards the Six of Pentacles. So like literally saying that putting your time, effort, and attention into things that are working will probably have you manifesting a lot faster. So I would make sure that you are investing in things that are working. With the Death card, you have the Ten of Swords. Yes, something is dead, done, over with. Probably like your old belief system, your old story, could be going away as well. The Ten of Swords can represent a blessing in disguise. And so I think that with the Ten of Swords, focusing on the good stuff and, kind of changing our old story and telling the story that we want to live right now is the thing that will lead to the most success with the Ten of Swords. So don't be afraid to change your story. With the Page of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think the more sure of yourself you are at this time, Capricorn, the better your life will be. So the Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's my card that says when you know that you know, and when you truly believe deep down inside that something is for you and that something will be successful for you, that's when you will find success. So you have to make that full 110% commitment with the Seven of Wands to whatever it is you're trying to make successful or whatever you're trying to experience or whatever the case may be. And if you do that, you will find great success with this card. And so, I think believing in yourself more, believing in whatever you're working on more is the trick with this card. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this laziness card. It says your dreams are so much bigger than your efforts to achieve them. If you want to accomplish great things, you'll have to try harder. Again, this is coming up in the good stuff, so probably not true. You are probably putting in the appropriate amount of effort at this time. You have this Creator card. It says your creativity is your superpower and your path to prosperity. Yes, this is very important, Capricorn. I think the more you use your creativity or come up with creative solutions, the more successful you will be. I think it's time for Capricorn to get away from convention. Convention is the way things have always been done. And Seven of Wands is kind of like a card of convention or being stuck in convention. And so I think, innovating, practicing creativity, listening to the ideas that come into you intuitively, those are the things that are going to make you more successful. You have the Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. Six of Pentacles is a card of kind of like what you give your energy to. It is a card of equal give and take. So, number one, in the good stuff, it definitely says that you could be feeling that maybe the universe is being more fair to you financially this week, which is great. But it's also a card of planting seeds in a direction. So, I think that it would be a great time for you to start things and pay attention to whether or not they're working or not. Again, if you're putting energy into something and it's working, great, keep going, double down on it, and you will find more success. If it's not working, stop and do something else. I also feel that you could just be, I feel that you feel that the universe is being more fair. Sometimes the Six of Pentacles can be fairness. And so I feel like you feel that the universe is being more fair at this time. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is straightforward, diligent work. He's working on one thing here on the Eight of Pentacles. He's just focusing on those 8 pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. Basically, you're getting money for the work that you've done. Now, it's coming up in the good stuff, which says you could be getting money or earnings for work that you did in the distant past, like a long time ago. Eight of Pentacles is, again, straightforward, diligent work. So I think a lot of you could be finding a lot of success in the work that you've been doing. And obviously that would be a good thing. I also think that any work that you are doing right now could be producing a lot of results. You have the Temperance card. Temperance is kind of like a card of alchemy, turning one thing into another. So a lot of you could be turning your situation around or turning a situation around in your life. You could be turning one thing into another just in general, and I think that would be good for you. This is called the Path to Glory, and this is like some sort of crown that you're trying to claim in your life. So a lot of you could be having an accomplishment at this time. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Temperance card. Yeah, it's like you're trying to find the best mix in your life. You know, some of you could be like developing new daily routines, I'm getting intuitively, or you could be trying to figure out like what you should be putting your energy into, like what you should be mixing your energy with. I know that's kind of a lame message, but that's what I'm getting off of this card for some reason, Capricorn. You know, he is mixing two things together. He's trying to turn water into wine. You know, it's a card of alchemy, turning like one thing into gold. So you could literally be trying to turn your situation around, which we kind of said on that Wheel of Fortune, that you could be experiencing a rapid turnaround. The other thing is again, with the Six of Pentacles and the Temperance card here, I would really be paying attention to what creates gold in your life. Like, clearly, there are some things, like I gave you the example earlier, there are some things that I think are working and other things that aren't working, and I think that's what you really need to pay attention to. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups. You have fortune after difficulty. This is also happy home, happy family. So definitely a ton of happiness coming in for you. Could be a lot of joy as well coming in for you. Like I said, with all these cards, I would just be working on things that make you feel this way. It could be anything. It could be literally be anything that makes you feel these feelings. And that's what I would be paying attention to with the Ten of Cups. With the Temperance card, you have the King of Pentacles. Oh, there you go. Ten of Pentacles is the card of convention. He just does things the same way. He does what works. Now, there's nothing wrong with that with the King of Pentacles. He always does what works, and because of that, usually things work in his life. I always say that really it's not really a problem, but maybe a better approach with the King of Pentacles is like my 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time in work, in business, career, love, money, spiritually, do what works. But like 20% of the time, you should be experimenting with new ideas, new directions, new ways of doing things, because if you do that, you will continue to evolve. He's a little bit of a dinosaur, and I believe he needs to keep evolving. And so I would make sure that you are continuing to evolve, like in all areas of your life. I also feel amazing about money in this reading here, Capricorn. So, a lot of you definitely could be increasing your finances here this week, or it's like you could just be discovering what to invest in with the Eight of Pentacles, which would also be amazing. This could be literally an investment for some of you, especially especially this week, the 23rd, that I'm reading for. Really lucky time. So I'm not saying that you should invest blindly and obviously do your research, but it is a good time. You have this Casket card. It says someone going out of your life for the end of a situation. Tower. I kind of feel like you're finally releasing something, and maybe it might have taken you like a few years. Maybe it's been like 3 or 4 years since you dealt with a person, but I really feel that a lot of you could finally be closing a cycle or wrapping something up, which would be good. You have this bread card. It says period of prosperity and abundance. Yes, we see that throughout the entire reading, so I love it. Definitely very good. I think a lot of you could be increasing your abundance, making more money, improving things in your life, which obviously would be good, but we definitely see more money here. You have this cobweb. It says protected from negative forces beyond your control. Every single sign has had something about being protected, so, sometimes I feel these protection cards come up because it's like the universe is saying, yeah, there are a lot of things to worry about right now, but don't worry. I know that's not a very helpful message when you are worrying, but, still, I think, yeah, sure, maybe there are a lot of things that we should be worried about, but at the same time, I wouldn't worry. You have this chair filled. It says someone new is entering your life. Someone's been all up in your business here, Capricorn, for like a couple of weeks now at least, maybe longer. So if you want love, definitely could be a person. We don't really, it's like there's kind of a person here, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. It could be someone like older than you, very mature, but also very stable, hardworking, all those things. Could be someone very adventurous as well. With the Page of Wands. I would say that I do think this would be a very fair connection. It could be a very fair person, like a very fair and balanced person. Justice, Six of Pentacles. These are all clues that I would be looking for if I were you as to like who this person is. I do think this could be a little bit of a surprise, with the Tower and the Nine of Cups. Like, I think this is specifically for those of you that are wishing for a person, or like if you have your eye on a person, for example, and you're like, I want this person, it could be a little surprise as well. You have this July card and this Nest card. It says an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So some of you could be spending more time with family in July. July is also a good month. The whole summer is pretty positive. So I think that a lot of you, there could just be a lot more positivity coming in. But this looks really good here, Capricorn. I like it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.